Yeah. Come on. Welcome.
Good morning. Good morning. Sean Hicks coming at you. Midday Money. Although it's an early slot, 10 a.m. I got some things to do, and I want to at least come in, give a couple picks out. If you're watching, super. We did late night money last night. Late night money is back. Late night money is back. We'll be doing that going forward, especially this week with the Super Bowl. We'll talk about props during the day, but I will also grab a little night slot, so to speak. We'll throw some little recap and stuff in there, bring it back, get people back on board for March Madness. The February frenzy begins with tournaments at the end of the month. The link is in the chat, Facebook, YouTube. You could get the podcast anytime you want, wherever. Amazon Music, Spotify, iTunes, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Apple. Go find it, give it a follow. Why wouldn't you give it a follow? You've been watching the show for 2-something years. Let's go. Again, there's no recap there. We're just going to go right into plays because they got some things to do. And here we go. So we do have a noon game. And I have, on the premium side of things, on the premiums, you know how to get it. $31 for a week. Why? Get that. You even get the Super Bowl pick in there. Anyway, Saturday early action. Cincinnati minus the 5 here. I just think, UCF is in a tailspin. I say this before, and these lines may have changed since last night. Let's just leave it at that. They've lost 4 in a row. I say all the time, we don't like betting on teams not winning. I don't care what the sport is. We have baseball teams on losing streak. We get football teams not playing well. Covering is one thing. Sure, they could possibly cover. Cincinnati, they're in a tough little stretch here. They're off a win. Before that, they had a couple losses, a couple wins before that. In my eyes, it's just a Central Florida team, again, at 5 points. Do I think they could cover? Maybe. They haven't really done much lately. So they have 2 road wins. Do I expect them to come in here and win? They're off an overtime game against Temple. That was on the heels of losing to Houston. No shame in that. South Florida on the road. You lose to South Florida on the road. Bad team. Tulane's not terrible. Cincinnati thinks a little better. We're going to roll with the Bearcats here. Lehigh plus the 3.5. Again, these are a couple games we're going to get into coming down the road here, some of the smaller schools. These are – now, would I like a little higher number? Yes. I mean, and when we see a team like this, 13-9 versus 7-17, 7-17, the team is favored, much like the ranked versus unranked. I mentioned last night on Look at Lines, we're talking about it. The unranked team is on a 21-10 ATS run this year, 68%. Now, does it apply to a little program like this? Yes, Lehigh has a bad record. They've won 8 of the last 10. All right. So the losses come out of conference schedule. This is why records really don't mean much. Talked about LSU. They started 11-1. Where are they now? They lost 9 straight SEC games or something like that. Lafayette is a team. I've said in this chat before. We're like, oh, you got to take Lafayette here. They're favored over somebody, and again, crushed out 34 points, 57 points, 62, 49. Forget it. I don't think a team that scores 34 points. Yeah, is it a bounce back game? Maybe for most teams it's a bounce back game. This is a team that's also scored 49 and 50 in games. They shouldn't be laying points. NJIT, 12.5, just a team playing a little better. Evansville, I'm going to take a 9.5 here with the Purple Aces. Are they? And I think this is this is a bad team for as much as we could talk about smaller schools. For a mid-major, this is really a bottom feeder type of a club. That being said, do I want to lay basically double digits with Ilshai? I can't. What have we lost? 10, 11 in a row? I don't know how many. Both of these teams are in here on 10-game losing streaks. I'll sign up for 10 points here. If it goes down, so be it. So be it. This is just a kind of principal play. Central Connecticut is another one. we head into the Lehigh NJIT kind of area. We're getting points from a bad team. I'm going to take the 3. Elon +6. North Dakota +5.5. Games that kind of fit my parameter. I'm taking the dogs here in conference play. Indiana, we'll throw out a big name school for those out here. I'm going to roll in here. I'm kind of start rushing through my plays here. So I'm short on time and I want to hit some comments. Number 1 team in the country as an underdog. Yeah, you know what I'm doing here. You know this the night before. I mean, I got Indiana plus points here. We got them plus a point last night, 1.5. What is it? 1.5 last night? Yesterday. Rio, another one, +9. We're taking it. Oregon, Wyoming, Gonzaga, all money line plays. Okay, they may have moved. I do not know. But we'll take some Oregon here as a pick 'em. Wyoming. Again, this line here, I should have. Has this line moved? I can't believe this line is what it is. Wyoming's been a team riddled with injuries most of the year. Finally getting some of their guys back. This line was a 3. It's sounding like a pick 'em now, I see. I think San Jose could be maybe the better team, that they're playing a little better. I know they've historically been a bad club. Wyoming won 2 of their last 3. They're getting a little healthy. That's why I kind of like them. And the San Jose team, again, normally I'd be thinking I'm going to take San Jose here because I think Wyoming's a little better of a club. Again, you got guys coming back, working their way back into the game. I just this line move here, I thought I'd be getting like a few points. I mean, well, how is this a pick 'em now? This was a 2 at an opener. I don't get it. I put a question mark next to it, but I ended up betting it. And Gonzaga, the St. Mary's team, they won what, 13, 14 in a row, something like that, rolling along. I understand. We have a down. They're down. The Gonzaga team is down. This is a team that, let's be honest, it's no longer a small school, trendy kind of team. You go to championship games, you kind of lose out on that. You get guys who are in competition for player of the year. You kind of lose out on a small kind of program. I said last night, went through their schedule on Late Night Money. I did it with Ross Benjamin during the day. We did an afternoon free pick show. This team, I mean, you got a couple losses. Are we really? We're really down on a team that goes and loses at Texas. Like, really? Do we think Texas is a bad team? You lose to Purdue? How's that a bad loss? Purdue's the number 1 team in the country. That's a bad loss. You lose to Baylor on a neutral by a point. I don't know. Call me crazy. I think you want to Loyola Marymount, bad loss. I get it. This is a team you think is bad. Lose at Texas. Lose to Purdue, number 1 team. You lose a 1-point game on a neutral. Again, Purdue game is on a neutral as well. You lose on a neutral to Baylor by a point. Okay. I mean, they beat Alabama by 10 on a neutral. This is a bad team? No, they're not a bad team. They're not a team that their record, when I say record, their last couple of years, you're thinking, oh, it's Gonzaga. I'm not overthinking it. I'm taking the Zags here. Money line. My guy Jeff in house, K-State +1.5 against they got Texas, Kansas. Hold on a second, Jeff. You got to help me out here with 157 games. I don't have them all memorized. K-State, Texas. I don't know. This is a spot, right? Kansas. Did they drop the 112 on Texas last time they played K-State? 116, 103. I mean, everybody's betting this game. This was where's this in the rotation? 700. So they were a favorite. Now they flip to a dog. Everybody's betting them. Texas is the play there. Jeff, and good morning to you as well. Markel, my guy, let's go. I'm on Cincy with you. Moneyline Markel's in the house. We love it. Lane Elliott's here. Good morning. Grabbing Gonzaga. Yes, take the Gonzaga down. Players in the house. Good morning. Fernando, my friend. Good morning. Take the Greats here. Buffalo -3 and over Western Michigan. They need to show up for the over to hit. Again, Buffalo. Buffalo. Where is the MAC? 662. So this was 3 and 153.5. Has it moved over a little bit? Nothing. Again, this game to me was a nothing going on there. Baltimore County was a 2.5 last night, up to 3 in the over. See, you jump on these small overs. It's 152, huh? Wow, that was 146.5 last night. So I guess you're on the right side. The line is moving there. The Illini and Iowa. Is it? I mean, do you even have to ask where I'm going on this game? Shouldn't you know we already have Iowa here? Wake money line and the over. Wakey, eggs and bakey over Notre Dame. At Notre Dame team, I'm not high on Notre Dame. Again, total. What is this? What did this open at? 618. 150. What's it at now? Was that 150 last night? Randy Rosenhaus, like Virginia, +1 UConn. Well, this is like the Purdue game here. We have another top 5 team getting a point on the road for an unranked team. 13-9 team favored over a top 5 team. Don't do it, Randy. UConn over 146. I could see that because Georgetown's going to give up some points, right? Cincy over. I like Cincy on the side, so you want the over? I'll get with you. I need Cincy. Let's get an 80 spot from Cincy. I'll be happy. NBC people seem to be jumping on Baltimore County here. This line was 2.5 last night, so obviously not the best number at 4 here. I mean, at 4.5, I might be leaning the other way here on some Maine. I might look a little Maine action on that one, honestly. I mean, that line, why is that getting away from them there? Let me pull up this game. Why is this one on the move here? I mean, 13-10 ATS, 12-7 ATS, not terrible. They played a couple weeks ago. Baltimore beat them by 8 in Baltimore. What do we got coming up here? Bryant, Maine is off, 2 road games? You lose at Bryant? It's Bryant's not bad. Binghamton at home, you win. Why is this line moving like this? I'm going to lean to the Black Bears here, Maine. I'll take 4.5. I don't think it should be 4.5. And 2 at the opener is one thing. 4, no thank you. TCU against Oklahoma State. No, that's take those plus. I get it. I get that. Grab that low hanging fruit. This is like Virginia, TCU. I'm surprised you don't have Temple in here, or excuse me, Purdue. No, I'm on. Give me Oklahoma State there, and Morgan State. All right, Morgan State. Huh? Let's roll out to Morgan State. What are we? 593 on the added. What is this? 65.93, 65. Morgan State. Where can I find my Morgan State? Where the heck is this game? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. I'm like, where is it? I'm on the wrong side. All right, so this was 5 and 136. Sounds down to 3.5. Delaware State. Let's go. I'm. All right, so obviously I'm against here. Virginia Tech, Maine, Oklahoma State, and Delaware State. What am I missing on this Indiana game? You're not missing anything. Take Indiana and be a winner. Markel, the Michigan State line move overnight. I do not know. Michigan State, here we go. Michigan State, Rutgers. It was 4. I don't know if it's moved. It's still 4. 4.5. Miss Erica. Belmont over, Gonzaga over, AD double-double. So Lakers double-double, guys? Sure. Gonzaga over. This one's a little tricky because Mary's does play defense. 137.5. I, it hasn't moved. I don't know what the updated line is. I like it, though, because I think Gonzaga is going to win this game. And I don't think it's going to be a 60-55. I think they're going to put up points. So I'll go over with you here. And Belmont. Where's this Belmont game? Let's find a little Belmont and find some happiness. How have you been, Eric? I haven't seen you in a bit. Hope all is well. Belmont, Illinois State, 7-11. What was this last night? A 139. You're liking the over here. I can go over this game with you. Has it moved? Looks around hanging about the same. Sounds good. We'll go over that. I'd like the AD double-double 1 and Gonzaga 2, Belmont 3. Heath, I like Fort Wayne, Purdue at Detroit and Cornell. Okay, so Cornell I got right in front of me here. I see that. They are basically a pick-em versus Penn. Right? Yes. That's fine. You want to lean a little Cornell there? I get it. Now let me find some Fort Wayne and Detroit Horizon League. Horizon Tournament starts up end of the month. Just so you know. Just throwing it out there. There we go. Fort Wayne, Detroit 6-2-3. Detroit a little fave here, huh? Going to jump. Of course you're going to jump on it. Everybody's going to jump on Fort Wayne. They got 15 wins. Detroit only has 9. Why wouldn't you do that? They haven't. Last year they played. Detroit got them by 9 on the road. I'm going to lean a little Detroit Titans here. I'm taking Detroit. Mike Trading House, hello. Good morning. NC plus the points? Sure. Michigan State, I'm not loving that. Listen, I think Rutgers gets it done. Georgetown, I understand, right? You see the big points, 15, whatever, again, from UConn. The Zags, yes. Heat, Blazers, Mavericks. NBA, no thank you for NBA. Markel, thought of Michigan State, Rutgers. I want to take the Spartans over them. Talk me off this. Yeah, I can talk you off it because I think Rutgers, again, I'm going to pull up it. I thought Michigan State beat Rutgers last week, 2 weeks ago. They beat them by 13. So I think Rutgers returns a favor here. It's road games. It's college teams on the road, Markel. They split the records. You see it. I mean, Michigan State on the road, 2-4, right? People get all excited about these records. See what they play. What props you like in the NBA? Nothing. Come on. What props I like in the NBA? Heck, you've been here for 2 years. Am I going to roll out NBA props at 9 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday? I don't even know. How can you talk NBA props? I don't even know who's playing. I talk about getting the script. Who's seen that today? Come on. You got to watch the Ball and Out show with Tim for that. IUPUI as a fave against Green Bay. Yeah, I kind of like Green Bay there. 5.5. I mean, IUPUI has been red hot covering. I get it. But dog is one thing. As a favorite, and Green Bay's bad, I understand. But do you want to jump onto that one? No. Corey Jones checking in. UCF early. I like the Bearcats. But that's it. I hit all the chat. I got to run. I got things to do today. I apologize. I'll be back tomorrow. I'll see everybody then. Midday money every day. And next week, we'll be doing late night money.